Just give it a few seconds. I don't even know if anyone will show up. Whew, it's been a long day. Oh, looks like someone joined. Hello, hello. Hey, Lucas the Fortnite God. I assume that means you've been playing Fortnite a lot. Whew. So yeah, I just kind of threw this up as a backdrop. I apologize. I wanted to live stream tonight, but one, I don't really have anything to do. I don't have any blind bags, or I guess I could try to figure out a Lego set or something, but I don't know. I figured I'd just pop on for a little bit. I know it's late. I had plans tonight, and I didn't know how long it was gonna go. Um, so it obviously went longer than I expected, which happens. And I just, I couldn't get to this earlier than now, so I apologize. I can try maybe to do one tomorrow. I figured I'd just kind of pop on and chat with you guys for a little bit. Is that the new Transformers Power of the Prime's Nemesis Prime? Yes, it is. That's what it is. I reviewed it last weekend, so if you'd like to check out the review on my channel, it is up. It's a really great toy, though. I really like it a lot. I love the color scheme. I know it's mostly black, but the black with the metallic blue and the blood red is a really cool color combo, in my opinion. So yeah, I'm sorry. I don't like I said, I don't really have anything to entertain you with, so I figured I would just kind of jump on and chat. Hey, John. Yeah, no, man. I'm sorry. Like I said, the night just kind of got away from me, so I apologize. So this week just gonna kind of be a hangout and chat for a little bit, probably like 15, 20 minutes, just to say hi. I really need to work on something for next week, like an actual activity I can do for you guys, so we can have a good. Although actually, you know what? I'm probably not gonna be able to do it next weekend. The summer is just, a lot of plans, a lot of stuff going on, so I do apologize. Yeah, next weekend I probably won't be able to do a stream, and the following week I probably can. But then I'll be going to California soon for Power Morphicon, so I'll probably be doing all kinds of vlogs and stuff from there with Shukin. I was gonna say Hassan and Shuki, and I said Shukin. Although technically he's Shukin Shinobi, or we used to be. I still need to get the original because mine broke. Oh, you had the first Prime and it broke? That's no good. Yeah, thanks, John. It's good to talk to you guys. I'm sorry you missed the last one. But yeah, like I said, it's just kind of a pop in just to say hi and tell you guys the situation, why the stream is going to be short and late this week. So I apologize. Although now that RR the Streets started doing their stuff on Friday, I feel like we're splitting our audience. Well, I mean, they're obviously getting more of an audience than me, but it's definitely taking away a couple people that used to come hang out with me on Fridays. So I don't know. Maybe I'll end up switching them to Saturdays from now on, or I don't know. I mean, I could do a weeknight, but I feel like you guys have jobs and stuff. So, I mean, not that I don't have a job too, I do, but I'm a night owl, so I stay up late as it is. Oh, you can't find an original Prime? I still see original Prime from time to time. Oh, that's yeah. I was gonna say. I feel like I've noticed you've not been there. What do you do, John? Do you work retail or something? That's why you have weird hours. It's just I have the money, just no store by me has one. Have you checked HasbroToyShop.com? They might be available on HasbroToyShop.com. They have a lot of the earlier waves of Power of the Primes. 1 and 2 are pretty. I think most of the stuff on Wave 1 is on there. I think Wave 2 is also on there as well. Retail stock room, like a 3 a.m. shift, so that's why I've. Oh, yeah, I used to do that. There was a summer I worked at Target on third shift. It was not fun. We would have to, like, the trucks would come in and we'd have to unload the trucks, and then you just get pallets of random stuff, and so you have to take those apart and sort them by department, and the department pallets go out to the individual departments, and then you have to put them in the aisles they go in. The only time it was nice is every once in a while I'd get lucky and I'd get the action figure aisle, and then I would just take my time and I would just hang out in the action figure aisle and open up all the cases and put the new stuff on the shelves, and then I would say, "Oh, I want to buy this one. I want to buy this one." So then I would like come back on my break and buy them. Tyrant King, Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019 tease came out, and I gotta go. Just telling you the news. Well, thank you, Tyrant King. If you've already left, I apologize. But yeah, man, I'm excited for essentially Godzilla 2. I believe they're doing Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then is it 2020 or 2021? We're gonna get Godzilla versus King Kong, so that should be really cool. Oh, that's cool, John. You're off tomorrow. That's sweet. Yeah, I just have like a crazy action-packed weekend this weekend, so that's why I wanted to just pop on for a little bit because I was debating if I should try to still do it late tonight or tomorrow, but tomorrow's not going to really be much better, so I don't know. And sometimes it just doesn't work out. Oh, it looks like everyone's gone. All right, well, I'll wait for a second or so before see if anyone comes back, but if anyone's joining this or watching this later, I apologize that the stream is kind of lame this week. I saw my language exchange partner family tonight. They just got back from Japan. Oh, that's cool. Language exchange partner, is that like a foreign exchange student? Is that like a new fancy term? So did you get to go to Japan and live with them for a time? Because that's cool. I just think it's funny, like when people watch this later, there's just going to be long, dead periods of time where I'm just looking at Nemesis Prime. What are you going to do? I'll just amuse myself by transforming his bird sword back and forth. Oh, did you guys see? Any of you guys see the exclusives for SDCC for Transformers? No, I teach them English and they teach me Japanese. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they had it, and I will get a card and buy it. How much was that one? How much was this one, or how much is the normal Prime? I mean, really, they should be. This guy is about 50 on Amazon. Normal Prime should be about 45. So, how are you somewhat fluid in Japanese, or you just learn like some vocab words, basic sentence structure? What have you What have you learned so far? I love this bird sword. But yeah, so far I'm really excited for all of the new Transformer stuff I've seen at SDCC, and I like those. I love the exclusive, the Bumblebee with the two cassettes, and also they're finally repainting uh, Rumble or Frenzy into Rumble or Frenzy, depending on where you fall in that argument. But they're repainting the black and red one into the blue one, and it's going to be part of a special set. Hasbro Toy Shop selling the original for 50. Oh, really? Are they 50? I don't know now. It's been a while. I feel like at Walmart or Target they're 45. But I mean, if you're having trouble finding it, I feel like $5 extra is not that big a deal. You should actually check. They sometimes have coupons for like 20% off and stuff like that. I think if you've never shopped at Hasbro Toy Shop before, you can sign up for like emails notifications and they'll send you a 20% off coupon for like your first order. So then you could get it for 40 if you do that. And then it'd even be a little bit cheaper. I can speak rough Japanese, but it's not good. Their English is better than my Japanese, so we default to English. Fair enough. So let's see. What can I say in Japanese? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, there you go. $10 coupon. That's good. Let me see. I don't know. It's been so long, and it's late, and I got to make my brain work here. All right. Let's see. Daigaku ni Nihongo 4年ぐらい勉強しました。はい。Uh, so yeah, I don't know. It's been a while. I obviously don't use it very often. I watch Japanese shows, but they talk so fast I don't have a prayer. Sometimes words jump out at me and I'm like, I know what he said. Or I know what he said over here. They bought me some cool souvenirs. They got me the Ultraman. Oh, very cool. That's nice. So are they? I obviously they're originally from Japan, but they're living over here temporarily, or did they go home to visit for a little bit? I'm surprised you didn't give them like a list of stuff. Buy me this. I'll give you the money. Just buy me this. Buy me this. Buy me this. I kind of really like this sword too. I really kind of wish that he had a spot on his back. Could I get the? Can I get his robot fist to hold this? Very close. I said, I think, did I say Sannen or did I say Yonen? Yonen Gurai. About 4 years. But yeah, I said in college, I studied Japanese for about 4 years. At least that's what I meant to say. Like I said, it's been, God, how I'm an old man now. I've been out of college for over 10 years. I think I technically have a Japanese minor, but I have no opportunity to use it. I went to Japan for 6 weeks over a summer as part of the program because I had to do. You had to either do like for a minor or no. I think it was kind of funny. Like at the time, I had to do either travel abroad, an internship, or write some huge paper for like to graduate. You had to do one of those three things, and also I think going to Japan counted as a course credit, which was handy because I had done some class that just didn't work out, so I dropped it halfway through, and so the trip to Japan it was like a triple dip. It was like it counted for credits I needed because I dropped a class. It counted as like my independent research for graduating, and it counted towards my Japanese minor. So it was like a three. It was like a three for. It was awesome. Plus, it was just a great time. It was. We got the. Let's see. The first 3 weeks we went to school. I think it was Toho. What was the name of that school? To. Well, I'm going to completely forget this now. Tohoku Gakuin, I think, was the name of the college. It was in Sendai. And we went there for 3 weeks. And then the second 3 weeks, we toured around. We went to Kyoto. We went to Hiroshima. We went to Kyoto. Or did I say that already? We ended up in Tokyo. I think first we went to Kyoto for like a couple days. We saw a bunch of temples and Shinto shrines. And then we went to Hiroshima for like a good day or so, and then we ended up in Tokyo. for the last couple of days. But it was fun. It was awesome. I lived with two different host families while I was there. I found every Toys R Us I could find. And that was when I was in Japan. It was like in 2004. It was when I first discovered um, Mugenbein, and quite the love affair was born. Also, you think American Toys R Us are impressive. Japanese Toys R Us is like Willy Wonka's factory, man. It's amazing. Do I have both Rodimus? Yes, I do. I have regular Rodimus and Rodimus Unicronus. Daimaru says, "Man, every time I look at this mold, I get irked at how they did the cab, combining with the trailer with his G1 inspired Prime and not Power Master Prime, which was literally in the last line." Yeah, that is kind of true. Um, I've said this for a little bit now, but I love the idea of having the smaller thing transform into the chest. It worked great for Hot Rod because he has a transformation. It works good for Orion Pax becoming Optimus, but Power Master Optimus Prime, Jinrai, whatever you want to call him, would have also fit perfectly in this mold or in this gimmick line. So would Star Saber because Star Saber is exactly the same. He's a thing. He kind of folds in half and then pops right in and becomes the chest. So I wish they would have done Star Saber in this line because he works so perfectly for the gimmick. I mean, he is in his plane mode, he has the larger plane mode, they connect together so it would work for vehicle mode. You can have the smaller jet robot with the trailer. Train is like a train trailer, and then a train, not a train, a plane trailer, jet trailer, and then obviously he turns into the chest and pops in. Star Saber would have been, yeah, exactly, Daimaru. Star Saber would have been the perfect gimmick for the evolution leader class, and they're not going to do it. It's kind of a shame. All right. It's late. You probably said 4 years. They live here in Alabama because the father is an executive at the 3 Ant down here. He bought his wife and kids. I help them with English and they teach me Japanese. That's really cool. So have you combined all of your Dinobots? Yes, I do not presently have them combined, but I do have them. I do have all five. Honda Plan. Okay, that makes more sense. That's pretty cool, though. I think that's a really neat idea because it's like you're mutually beneficial. Plus, they can teach you some cool culture stuff too. I always think the funnest thing. What is this? Hello, Marilyn Astoris. Um, we're just chatting, really. This Prime is just a backdrop. I didn't know what to throw up on screen, and he was handy, so we're all just kind of hanging out and chatting. What do I do for a living? I just work an office job. You know, paper pusher, data entry kind of stuff. How do I feel about War for Cybertron Siege? I think it looks fun. I didn't know what to expect at first because we were told, oh, they cook amazing. Dude, I was just going to say that. That's probably awesome. They cook amazing food for you. But yeah, back to Siege. When they first announced, like, we're going back to Cybertronian forms, I didn't know what to expect because we had already gotten Cybertronian forms with War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, those video games, which were really fun video games, by the way. And the toys we got inspired by those video games were great. So when they said we're going back to Cybertronian forms, I was like, okay, well that makes sense. I mean, I thought the Prime trilogy was really well done. Combiner Wars was great. Titan's Return was so my jam. I loved it. I love Headmasters, Target Masters with the Takara versions and things like that, the Legends line. Really loved it. Power of the Primes, I feel like they really could have got a lot more out of it. I feel like they're giving up on it too early because the three waves we're getting, it just seems like, well, they're out of ideas. We want to move on. So here's a quick three wave end of this trilogy, and then we want to move on. And it's really a shame because there's still a lot they could do. They never did Autobot Target Masters. They never did Seacons. I would have loved to see the Seacons as a combined thing. Like I said, Star Saber, anything from Victory. We could have got the Breast Masters for the Decepticons, which they would have to rename, but the Brain Masters with Road Caesar would be great. I'd love to see Road Caesar updated with new toys. Because the only version of Road Caesar that exists is a terribly, terribly, terribly articulated Japanese version, which is also ridiculously expensive. So I would love to see an updated Road Caesar. I would love to see Dino King. I would love to see Leo Kaiser and that whole thing, and they kind of did that with that Combiner Wars repaint, but it's just not the same. So I would have loved. I really feel like there was more room and there was a lot more they could have done in Power of the Primes, but they're just giving up on it too fast. All that aside, now we're moving on to Siege, which, like I said, I like what I see. I really do. I think it's a neat idea. They're redoing the Micromasters, which is a new way to go. Micromasters, in my opinion, is kind of the logical extension. I loved seeing Pretenders in Power of the Primes. I wish they would have done more with it, full size Pretenders, but I'm happy to get what we got because it's all the gimmicks they did at when at the end of the Transformers line in America back in the late 80s when Takara pulled out and Hasbro was left to create the line and they came up with all those gimmicks, Micromasters, uh, Action Masters, all those crazy things they did when they just kind of ran out of ideas. They're revisiting now, but with better toy technology, and it's kind of neat. So I love what I've seen so far with they're taking uh, Micromasters that I still have, had as a kid, and they've updated them with better toy technology, ball joints, just better articulation all around. Plus, they're making them into Target Masters as well, which is a neat idea. They're giving us these quote unquote Cybertron modes, which they're not super. They're more Earth inspired to me than I think they're meant to be. With the full wheels and the tires and everything. Like, a lot of these guys just kind of look. Someone said on the internet somewhere like they're almost like 80s stylized vehicle modes, but I'm okay with that. It's up my alley. So to me, they're not super Cybertronian. They're like a compromise between Earth and Cybertronian modes, kind of taking aspects of each. But I like what I see. It looks fun. I like the Micromaster thing. I like the cog, the crazy guys turning into armor and weapons for the other figures. Yes, Lucas, that Ironhide looks fantastic. I love that Ironhide. The last Ironhide we got in the classics line was years ago, and it was like a weird SUV. It was okay, but it wasn't amazing, and I think this Ironhide looks much better. I like the Hound that I've seen. I really like the Magnus that I've seen because we're going back to having the cab become the White Prime, which I don't always love, but I think it's fun because in Combiner Wars, we got the Magnus that I've wanted my whole life, where the robot, all self contained, transforms into the trailer, no pieces taken off, no head or chest plate to lose. The white cab is not separate; it's all integrated. And I wanted an Ultra Magnus like that for years, and I finally got it, and I love it. I really do. Now they're kind of going back to the old way. I don't think he's going to have pieces that fall off so much, but I like the fact that you can get the white prime again, and the vehicle mode seems very car robots to me, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of neat. It's kind of just gives you more play options when you can transform into the white prime, into the vehicle mode, take the cab off, also transform with the trailer. So I think it's neat. I think it's kind of cool. Like I said, the Prowl looks great. We haven't really seen any Decepticons yet, though, which I'm kind of surprised. No Decepticons yet. I'm sure they're coming. I just haven't seen them. What else have we seen? The vehicle mode is intentionally designed after Red Ultra Magnus. Oh, that's awesome. And welcome, Jetfire. All right, I'm missing some stuff here. Do, 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 do. Did you see the scans for Russo and Blue Flame using a gold dude? No, I did not see that. I'll have to check that out. Power of the Prime feels almost like a filler line. Yeah, it seems like they always had this trilogy planned, and then when it came time for the third one, they're like, we're already bored of this. We want to move on to something else. So here's some stuff to just get out while we come up with something else. Like you said, not so much a filler line, but just kind of a tide you over line. Siege, the toys look fine, but I wish they leaned more into the Cybertronian aspect. Yeah, Daimaro, that's kind of what I was saying. They're not super Cybertronian. They're like a mix of Cybertronian and Earth modes, in my opinion. Lucas says, I'm going to get Ironhide, that's it. I bet you'll get more by the end. Cog combined with Sideswipe is a play pattern I'm really into. Yeah, I agree. That's what I think Cog. Cog looks to me like Six Shot, the weapons that you put together for Metroplex, got God Bomber's paint job. And then they kind of fuse together. But he looks really fun. He looks really neat. Let's see. Did you miss my question? I might have, John. I apologize. You said the Russo thing, right? I did not see the Gold Guys yet. You know what would be great? Super Mini Plot, Metal Hero Mechs, and Tetsujin 28. Ooh, that Super Mini Plot Metal Hero Mechs. I'm not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I did my first Super Mini Plot recently with Live Robo from Live Man, and I was super impressed. Like, I had no idea they would be so intricate and actually transform after you built them. I think that's amazing. I thought it was going to be like put them together in this, then take the pieces apart and now put it together as this. But no, you build it and it transforms after you build it. It's really nice. So I'm in for Super Mini Plot. I'm not too familiar with Metal Hero mechs, but I'm down. Show me some pics. I'm probably going to buy it. I hope they're going to make the Decepticons really good in Cybertronian. Yeah, I would have to think that for vehicle modes, for Decepticons that are traditionally jets, they would have to be more Cybertronian than Earth modes, just because that makes sense. I feel like it's finally time for them to do the triangle jets from More Than Meets the Eye, the first three-part episode from G1. Someone took a picture of, I forget who it was, and I apologize, but I saw someone tweet a picture of that Wheeljack alt mode from the first episode of Transformers from G1, and they said if Wheeljack doesn't look like this, what's the point? And I thought that was so funny. But I would totally, if they made a Wheeljack that turned into that, or Bumblebee that turned into that weird flying saucer looking thing, all day I'd buy that. Not even a question. Give me the Seekers and those weird like triangular prisms. I'm all day. I'm buying that. I'll tweet you those pics. There's some really cool kaiju coming up. A really cool blue and red DX kaiju. All right, yeah, man. I'm really having fun. Like I've only been able to watch the first episode of Rubu so far because I can't find the second one anywhere. And I know Color Timers did it, but they only did it as MKV. And for whatever reason, the player I have for MKV doesn't display subtitles. So like I could download it and watch it without subtitles, but that doesn't really help me. So I'm hoping some kind of official way to watch it happens because I know um, Subaraya took it off their YouTube channel. Oh, it's on Kiss Asian? Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to go check it over there. Good. Thank you, John. That helps. You should try watching Gal Gaigar sometime. Also, its Super Mini Plot has a perfect transformation. I have seen good things of the Brave series. I don't know too much about it, but I did see. I think HLJ still has that actually. I might have to look into that because everything I've seen for Brave, Gal Gaigar, all those kind of things, it looks awesome to me. Really looks awesome to me. And I wish there was somewhere easy to watch that anime because that looks pretty cool. I want a G1 Wheeljack and Bumblebee Cybertronian. Yes, yes. See, Lucas, we're on the same page there. I agree. That's where I'm watching it for now. Yeah, I don't love those Kiss websites. I usually watch like Drivehead and stuff on Kiss anime, but there's so many ads and the pop-ups and it's really obnoxious. So Geeky Tweak the movie. Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do at Morphicon. We'll probably be just recording stuff all the time. It'll be fun. I'm really pumped. I cannot wait. It's like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Less than a month at least. I'm very excited. But yeah, everything SDCC's been awesome so far. What do you guys think of the Cyberverse stuff? I'm still not super impressed with it. I think when I see it in person, I'll be able to make my final judgment or maybe some reviews. But honestly, to me, the deluxes don't look that great, or warrior class, whatever they're calling them. And I don't know. Honestly, I think for Cyberverse, I feel like I might, if I get any, I'm going to end up getting the super cheap ones that kind of look like one step changers because I feel like they look the best. Like I saw a picture from SDCC and I don't know what size class it was, but there was a Prime that came with the trailer and they had like a Blur and a Bumblebee that were a smaller size class that could go in the trailer and it turned into a base. I feel like they were in the one step changer size class, but I don't think they were one step changers because they looked like they had more articulation than that. So I'm wondering if that's like I think they're bringing Scout Class back or something. I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, some of the toys from the Bumblebee movie look good. They're bringing Legion class back, which is awesome, and I think the Legion class for the Bumblebee movie look good. And I think the highest price point for the Bumblebee movie are they Warrior class. They should, the names are all over the place anymore. The lines aren't consistent. But the ones that are like $20 and then the ones that are like $6, then they're doing like a Scout and something else in the middle. And those two middle class ones don't look that good to me. But the cheapest level and the most expensive level for the Bumblebee movie sets look the best in my opinion. All right, let's see. I still have this episode's one, the original tape. Nice. Yeah, dude. VHS collectors. That's a collector's item. G Bakes 93 says, "Dude, I'm so hype. I get to meet you, Brian, etc." That's awesome, man. Yeah, come find us. Say hi. Cyberverse looks like crap, honestly. Yeah, for the most part, it does. You guys will have a great time. I hope we do. I'll probably just get Optimus. I'm excited about VW Bumblebee. Yeah, they're also doing some of the Bumblebee movie toys in the new movie series. What is that called? The movie, not movie masterpiece. What is it called? Movie something series, studio series. That's it. Doot doot doot. Studio series. So there's a Bumblebee G1 Bumblebee in the studio series that looks pretty good. But I think that toy is going to be the same or very similar to the SDCC exclusive set with the cassettes, and I'm going to try to get that from Hasbro Toy Shop. I already pre-ordered the one on Entertainment Earth that's like a gold repaint with different cassettes. So I'm gonna try to get those. And then if they're the same as the Studio Series Bumblebee, then I won't buy a third one. But yes, the G1 Walmart exclusives. Those I think. Does anyone know if they're going to be in stores or if they're just on the website? Because I feel like if I have to get them from Walmart.com, I'm going to be less likely to get them. But if I can just walk into a Walmart and I go, oh look, it's Devastator, then maybe I'll buy it. I'm not feeling Cyberverse. It's the first time in a while I've really a main TF Toyland just looks cheap. Yeah, I agree. Um, I think I saw a little bit of a clip, I guess, of the show that someone like leaked from SDCC. The animation looks nice. I might watch the show, and if I watch the show, it might make me want to buy the toys. I think what I have to do for Cyberverse is either, I mean, if I end up passing on all of it, so be it. But I think it's going to be like find a size class that works. Maybe it's the cheapest size class, maybe it's the middle size class, maybe it's the most expensive. Whichever one seems to value versus price, because right now the most expensive ones to me look cheap and they don't look like they're worth that money. But if there's like a Scout or Legion size class that's maybe less than $10 a figure and they're not amazing but they're fun enough, maybe I'll buy into that size class. It's all about finding my balance of value versus fun. So I don't know if that's going to happen or if it's going to happen, what size class it's going to be. But that's what I think my approach to the Cyberverse toys is going to be. And I might end up getting nothing. I might end up getting like all the scouts or something. I don't know. I need to see them in person so I can make a decision. Updates to Micromaster combiners would be great. I think that's what we're getting, man. Oh, you mean like the actual Micromaster Gestalts they did? Yeah, I have a couple of those. They were actually done pretty well. I didn't love the big piece you always had to put in the middle, like the legs clipped into it and the arms clipped into it, and then you had like a chest piece. Because like when you weren't using it, it was hard to keep track of all that stuff. But if they made like an actual Gestalt combiner that just went together, that'd be really awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I have to wait and see. I hope the G1 stuff is just in stores because it would just be an awesome, mind mess to walk in and see G1 stuff on a store shelf. It'd be like, what year is it? Could be a lot of fun. The money you don't spend on Cyberverse figures can go to more Imagine X sets. That's true. I have so many Imagine X sets though. I still even have so many I haven't even reviewed yet. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, just off the top of my head, I have like one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10 giant play sets to review. And then I have a whole bin back here of just loose stuff. I got so much Imagine X and Play School stuff. One day I'll get caught up on everything. But plus, I got Ultraman Ruba stuff's coming out, Sentai stuff for Lupin Ranger, Pato Ranger, Geo for Kamen Rider looks amazing, so all that stuff's going to be happening. New Transformers are coming. Who knows what Power Rangers are coming? I mean, there's going to be so much stuff, guys, and it's all going to be fun. As for G1 reissues, I don't think the clarified if they're going to be sold in stores or not. I kind of hope not. Might impulse buy them. Yeah, that's kind of how I am, Daimodru. I mean, I have a hot rod from the last time they did reissues way back in the early 2000s. Um, I don't think I ever got a G1 Starscream. I don't have the mini bots that they're releasing. I have some other mini bots, but surprisingly, all the ones they're doing in this first wave I don't have, so I could easily impulse buy them. They should be cheap. And as for G1 Devastator, I have G2 Devastator, the yellow one. So I never got the green one. I think I have one or two loose green ones from like a yard sale or something. But so that box set is kind of enticing. Plus, they went with the original G1 packaging, so that hits me right in the nostalgia spot. So I could easily see that happening. One thing I don't like about Power of the Primes is the stickers. Yeah, I mean, if you look at this guy, he has like, two stickers down here. He's got a sticker here kind of in his elbow. He's got them here. So this guy doesn't have a terrible amount of stickers. He does have a lot of paint. Like this is paint, this is paint, over here is paint. So he does have some paint, which is nice. Dear God, Brian and Hassan have created a monster. You ever plan on getting any non-Toku related SM kits? Um, it would depend. It would depend what they were. I do have the Go Line one pre-ordered, which is an anime, so it's not Toku. Um, so far they're mostly Sentai ones that I have. But like I said, I'm up for whatever comes around. I mean, it would really just depend on a case by case basis. I also meant to ask you. I want to get one more Shinkalion. I have Black Shinkalion and want one of the normal ones. If I bought one, which one would you recommend? Well, the E5 is the main guy from the show, and it's a great toy. I like the color scheme. Honestly, the N700A is really good. Might be a little hard to find at this point, but he has that kind of super mode transformation, which is really cool. The E7 is neat. I just like the color scheme for the E7. The 800 is supposed to be amazing. I don't have it yet. I bought one from Mandarake. It's on its way. It finally cleared customs. I did Sal shipping for some reason. I don't know why. But it should be here in a week or so. So I'll let you know when he comes in. A leader class Skylinks would be great. Ooh, Skylinks could have worked. Could Skylinks have worked for this gimmick? No, I guess not really. I mean, just make one. I'll buy it. But yeah, I mean, we got the one. The one they did in Combiner Wars wasn't bad. It honestly wasn't. It was a kind of nice combo of Skylinks. You couldn't take the pieces apart, which was a bummer, but it honestly wasn't a bad toy. I've been lucky, knock on wood. The stickers for me haven't fallen off too much. I highly recommend any Go Gygar set, and usually whatever the newest SM kit is. Yeah, I have to look on HLJ. I think they do have some Gal Gygars. Oh, my leg is completely falling asleep. He did not work for it. He has to come apart. I don't. I don't know what you mean by that. He did not. He did not work for it. He has to come apart. Oh, I'm sorry. You mean for Skylinks? I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean that was a big draw of the toy. Obviously, having the two different, the dinosaur part and the lion part. So, any major hopes for Hasbro PR? Well, I have high hopes for their Megazords because obviously they have some experience with transforming robots. So I think the nice thing is they don't, because see, with Bandai America and Bandai Japan, it made sense for them to share molds or take molds and downscale them. Hasbro doesn't really have any need to do that. So they can just watch the show, watch the footage, and completely build their own robot. They don't need to use the Bandai Japan mold as a base, as a template. They still might for a cost cutting measure. I have no idea what their plans are. But if they just took the idea and just made their own mold and their own transforming robot, I think they could do a really nice job. Especially with Go Busters, which is going to be Beast Morphers. You have like the oh wow, I'm blanking on his name now. Go Buster Ace. So the cheetah, it has a car mode, it has a cheetah mode, and then it has a robot mode. So I feel like they could do that really well, making him a triple changer. Oh, good night, John. Thank you so much for stopping in, man. I appreciate you hanging out for as long as you did. That's awesome. You sleep tight and you have a good weekend, my friend. Hello, Nazca William. Skylink's Micromaster. Ooh, I'm intrigued by that. Give us Megazords with knee and elbow bends. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jetfire. I really feel like they know how to do articulation with giant transforming robots, so they could really, especially not having to adhere to the Bandai Japan molds, they could just kind of go crazy and go to town and just give us really good transforming robots. I mean, look at Combiner Wars. You know what I mean? Like, Combiner Wars could easily be a template for something PR related as far as the articulation and the joints and the way they combine. What is the next PR series? Do you mean what do I think they'll do after Go Busters? Is that what you're asking, Lucas? Like what they'll adapt next? I would hope they would go in order. I would hope Tokudra is next. Um, I don't know. I mean, they like to say, "Oh, trains don't sell," but I mean, Thomas obviously has a fan base, so I feel like Tokudra would do fine. Um, I don't know if see. It really depends because they have that deal with Nickelodeon for 3 years, which is an odd number, which is weird considering they always do regular series, super version of the series, and cut it into 20 episodes. Maybe Hasbro's not going to do that. Maybe they're just going to say we're going to give you 3 normal years. Maybe they're going to say we're going to give you a truncated Go Busters year, and then we're going to do a regular and a super the following year for something. I don't know. I mean, only time's going to tell with that. But to me, if they've already gone all the way back to Go Busters from Ninja Steel slash Ninja, there's no reason not to follow suit and do Tokuger, then do Juoger, um, then I guess Q Ranger, right? Am I missing one? I always feel like I'm missing one. But yeah, I would not. I mean, to me, get rid of the regular and super format. I don't know who dictates that, but doing 20 episode chunks, just just get rid of it. Like to me, go back to even if you want to say, okay, look, we're going to do 35 episodes like what Disney did. I think Disney used to do 32, 35 episode long seasons. That's fine. Tell your story, put your filler in where you have to. When you do 220 episode seasons, I feel like they just do filler, 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 and it's like the first episode, and then the maybe last two tell a story. Everything else is just generic garbage. And I think that has to do with the hiatuses and the formats and the mold that they're pressed into right now. It doesn't lend itself to telling good stories. They still could try. They don't seem to even really be trying, but they could still try. But I feel like if they just say, look, here's 30 episodes, plan them out, do your storylines, put your plot points in, it would be a lot more cohesive. So I would love it if they would just go back to normal seasons. I don't know if Nickelodeon mandates that, if Saban mandated that. Time will tell. We'll see what they decide to do. Um, yeah, I mean, high school based, college based, it doesn't matter to me. Oh, don't know Japanese Power Rangers. Yes, Sentai. Tokuger would be the next one chronologically. That one was train based. Juoger was the animal cubes, looked kind of like Minecraft, and Then I guess we would be up to Q Ranger, which was space themed. Super season format is, to me, one of the biggest hurdles for modern PR. Yeah, I agree, Daimaro. I agree. Super stuff is dumb. That is where people get tired of it. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, so I'm trying to think. What was the first one? Super Samurai was the first time we did it. I felt like Super Samurai wasn't that big a problem because it didn't seem to change so much from Samurai to Super Samurai. It still felt more cohesive than we've seen. With obviously with Megaforce and Super Megaforce, that was a big change because they had to switch costumes. So while it was the same cast, it still felt new and fresh. Not that the stories were that great, but I'm just saying the change made sense. It made sense to call it Super Megaforce because you were changing something significant. Dino Charge was fun and I liked the stories, but then when you got the Dino Supercharge, I don't know what happened. They started doing a lot of fart jokes, pie in the face jokes, really dumbed it down, and I didn't like the ending very much. And then Ninja Steel, I feel like just across the board, and it's a shame because like I like the actors. I don't blame the cast. I don't know who's writing what, or I mean, we've gone on this rant before. If you listen to Geek Each Week, we don't know what the problem is. All I can say is the bar is set very low, so if Hasbro comes in and fixes anything, they're going to be the new saviors and everyone will love them. So time will tell. We'll see what happens. Georgia would be hard to sell, to be honest, probably more than Tokuger. I don't know. I feel like Georgia with the Minecraft aspect, that's what I was trying to say, could have a footing, possibly, if they kind of play that angle correctly. Yeah, Super Samurai I didn't think was that bad. I didn't really have a problem with Super Samurai so much. I like Dino Charge, but 3 episodes into Supercharge and I couldn't do it. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. And like the whole thing with Heckle setting up as Talon Ranger and then it never happened was kind of a bummer. I don't know why that didn't happen. Minecraft has died down and oh, has really? See, I was never that into Minecraft. Is it dying down? Is it going away? I don't think I've ever even played Minecraft. Yeah, I don't know. Not a Minecraft guy. All right, well it's getting kind of late. I'll probably hang out for about 5 to 10 more minutes, and then I'll probably be heading out. But I want to thank you guys. I mean, it's fun chatting with you guys. So I was only going to originally pop on for 15 minutes, but we just got talking. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for stopping in. It's always a good time. And like I said, I apologize again. The stream was so late tonight, and I apologize not really having anything to do while we chat. I'm just kind of looking at my boy Nemesis Prime here. Can't wait for Hasbro to mess up once and the Phantom will vilify them. I don't know. Like I said, Hasbro, I feel like, is in a great position where they can't really do wrong just because the bar is set so low right now. I don't really see what they could do to make it worse. To be honest, Go Buster mechs greater than most new Sentai mechs up to date. Yeah, they were fun. I do. The funny thing is, like, the combination is such a cluster, but it was such a fun cluster. So I'll be interested to see what they do. I do like this mold though. I feel like the Orion Pax fits pretty snugly into and the backpack's not too unwieldy. It's true, Jetfire. That is true. A lot of the I don't know what it's called honestly, but the new Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger super combination with everything that's out so far is very divisive among the fandom. It seems some people love it, some people hate it, some people think it's a mess, some people think it's all right. I kind of like it. I think it's goofy looking. I don't have it in hand yet. I'll have a better picture once I can actually play with it. But I think it looks fun. Should have done Power Master Prime. Yeah, I agree. They should have done Power Master Prime. It's funny that it's kind of funny. It's almost like they didn't know they were going to do this gimmick in Power of the Primes because, like you said, Power Master Prime lends himself so perfectly. But then they did that in Titan's Return, which is a weird. But Japan came and fixed it. I mean, unfortunately, you still don't have the base Prime form, but the Super Jinrai and God Jinrai they did well with God Bomber. The God Bomber is really well done. I like it a lot. I had to import that for sure. So they canceled the seventh Transformers movie and are going to reboot the series. What do you think they will do? Um, I don't know, but I would be happy to have Transformers that look like G1 characters and not crazy mishmashes of metal. I've said this multiple times. Um, yeah, Michael Bay had a vision, and it was all right. I enjoyed the first one back in 2007, but each one just got progressively weirder. Um, I don't know. I would like to just give it to someone who grew up with the original, so that way it doesn't have to be G1. I'm not saying it has to be exactly G1, but just someone who is familiar with the franchise, is familiar with the characters, and can just kind of do new designs by all means, but capture the essence of the original. I think that's all they need to do. I think they just need to capture the essence of the original, make it enough like the original that old fans will come back while still attracting new fans, and just find that sweet spot balance. That's all they need to do. Hasbro probably won't mess up, but I feel like some people are maybe setting their expectations a bit high and are going to be disappointed when we don't get Masterpiece Megazord. I mean, that's possible, although that is something I didn't even consider. They could do like a normal $30 Megazord, and then they could do like a crazy Masterpiece Megazord for older collectors. It's kind of a genius idea. I can't believe I never thought of that. Yeah, I agree, Jetfire. I don't know. Michael Bay, he's very hit or miss, I feel like. Yeah, keep Peter Cullen, Lucas, I agree. Yeah, that's the thing, Daimaru. I agree. Like we got to come up with some new robots for the next movie, and then give them no character development whatsoever, or then randomly kill one, and then not understand why people don't care when the character dies. We need to know who he is. I don't have any connection aside from like Bumblebee and Optimus. You don't really get attached. I mean, Ratchet and Ironhide, they were around for a decent amount of time. Like when Ironhide, spoilers, when Ironhide died in the third movie, I was a little sad because we had been with him for a little bit of time. Um, but then after that, like the cast seemed to completely change for Age of Extinction. I mean, we got Prowl and we got um, is it sides? What do they call? Is it? I'm blanking on the guy with the swords. But anyway, the cast we got in the fourth movie, I think, did carry on to the fifth movie, but they just came out of nowhere. Like they just scrapped the whole old cast. So I don't know. Make designs that feel like the original G1. Yeah, that's yeah. Drift. Thank you, Drift. I was like Sideswipe. No, that's wrong. Drift. Thank you. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I was never a huge fan of the movie designs, and I think I read somewhere in an article where Michael, or maybe it was a video, I don't remember, but back in the day, Michael Bay was like, they wouldn't have car parts hanging off them. They're metal. They can transform, and I'm like, but if they turn into a car, it's not that ridiculous to think parts of the car would hang off him when he's in the robot mode. I don't understand why that's ridiculous to think. So I don't know, but like they would just like it's almost like in the fourth movie when they just like nano machines. They're one thing, and then they just like become a jumbled mess of metal, and then they have like crazy, jagged pieces of metal. I don't know. I just was never a huge fan of the movie designs. The fifth one is Last Night, right? Yeah, I like the way Bumblebee looks in this new Bumblebee movie. I think that's a perfect balance of he looks like he's a car. He transforms into a robot that looks like it was a car, but it's not so ridiculous that it, you know what I mean? Like he's not boxy. Yeah, exactly, Daimaro. He just, it's a nice balance, and that's all you need. It's a balance of kind of a G1 feel, but also the movie feel. It's just a perfect. Like we've only gotten to see Starscream for like 3 seconds in that trailer, but he looks to be a jet that you recognize. He's got red on him. Again, you're invoking the original while still being your own thing, and it's a nice balance, and that's what they need to do, in my opinion. We'll see what they do. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. It's about 2 a.m. where I am right now, so I'm gonna head out. I can't believe this went for an hour. I thought for sure I would have nothing to talk about. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for stopping by. A lot of good fun. Love chatting with you guys. Like I said, probably won't be able to do one next week, but probably the week after that. So we'll see. But I'll always tweet out before I go online, usually. I'm on the East Coast, Lucas. So I'm in the Eastern time zone. But thank you guys. Good night, good night, good night. And thanks for stopping by. Have a good weekend, guys.